Hey, everybody, welcome to the Czabecast, brought to you by Line and Kugels. Enjoy Liney's responsibly, and you will like it. Scott Lynn, Al Galdi, Steve Solomon here. Tom Cable is in trouble again. About the Bob Lee OTL report this weekend that Tom Cable, not exactly the world's greatest husband or boyfriend.
At this point, I raise a practical question. For one to be in trouble, doesn't one have to actually face some sort of consequence? What semblance of consequence has this head coach
Public opinion
of
Scott.
record
None yet.
faced?
Could be coming, though.
I think it's got to be coming.
League investigation.
One can only hope, but it's stuff keeps coming up against him.
They got a certified wife beater as a head coach. And a guy who may not be an unrepentant woman beater.
You've got a
as a head
three-said,
coach.
he said.
You got a head coach who has punched out a fellow assistant coach.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. What's the
The
ultimate
county
theory?
government should have rung his ass up.
Well, but
They chose not to.
There's a difference between not pressing charges legally and somebody else having punched Randy Hansen.
I'm not sure I follow.
Well, who punched assistant coach Hansen?
I believe that the head coach did it.
Okay. Well, then
I'm just saying.
just because the county wouldn't prosecute doesn't mean that didn't happen. You want to seem to imply that, well, it's just alleged because the county
they backed
didn't,
away,
yeah.
And they said, well, what we have here is basically he said. Guy's got a busted jaw.
Right, which is fine. I want to hear the alternate theory.
Yeah, and now you have I don't have an alternate theory.
So anyway, Tom Cable apparently has woman issues, Galdi, where he's
Just a little bit.
blown through 2 marriages,
Mm-hmm.
abusive to both.
Girlfriend, too, I think.
Girlfriend to Lupe, the cleaning lady. That's all that
You
an NFL
can't
coach
do
gets for
that.
a girlfriend. I know that Tom Cable looks like
He looks
a
like Fred
cartoon
Flintstone.
character. Yeah. But he looks like a guy like, dude, this guy could punch you in the face for no reason. And apparently he does that to even women included. And she was on Outside the Lines tearing up. Now, maybe she's just a money-grubbing whore who wants to come out of the woodwork now that this thing is, ripe.
What's their gain?
Money.
Fame, television.
Money.
She's on
Oh.
television, Scott.
Money.
She had her chance.
Money.
No, there's no money.
How about
to get
ESPN running this thing to death?
Surprise attack on
The last-
Sunday morning before a game.
Seriously.
That was great.
I mean, an ambush, the likes of which you used to see by the Horsemen 25 years ago, but they ran that thing to death Sunday and Monday.
Mort was the one that was first on the Kiffin memo, correct? And then Davis got really upset.
Yes.
So
I think you're right about
this
that.
network has, bumped heads with the Raiders.
Yeah, if this was
organization.
Belichick, I don't think they'd be running it all day.
Yeah, but still, it's pretty sensational. I mean,
I agree.
And then Cable sends out a statement saying, "Okay, 20 years ago, I made a bad decision. I slapped my wife who was cheating on me with an open hand,
and that
I
was the
regret it ever
only
since."
time I ever touched a woman.
Right, that was the only time. Then the wife said, A, I wasn't cheating on him. B, he punched me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Closed fist in the face.
And there's these other statements from, as you mentioned, the girlfriend and the other wife who found him to be verbally and physically abusive. And
At
said
this
she
point-
would have called the cops, but he kept ripping the phone out of the wall.
Yeah. At this point, I raise a practical question.
Yes.
Will Tom Cable ever have a date again? Ever. And by date, Galdi, I don't mean one of those 1 hour long dates that
Right.
have a
What is-
fixed price.
Galdi,
Right.
what does
Not
that
a
mean?
Date.
Right. I think it's going to be quite hard for quite some time.
Who dates sooner, Tom Cable or OJ? Well,
Oh,
OJ's in
OJ's done
prison.
all right.
OJ's in jail.
OJ 's
OJ
in
gets
prison.
more ass after the murder conviction or a non-conviction.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't know. And will the commissioner, Roger Goodell, step in and do anything?
He better. If you're going to rip Pac-Man, who was never formally charged with a lot of things, then
That's
you
right.
got to hit Cable.
That's
You gotta be
right.
fair.
If you want to be a good commissioner, if you
Right.
want to be a joke of a commissioner like this guy is, just keep putting your head in the sand.
Great due diligence by the Raiders in making this hiring, too.
Yeah, can you imagine what the league is saying to Al Davis? Like, dude, are you serious?
Do you even check into anything?
Right. This is all court
Yeah,
documents.
exactly.
It's
exactly.
the interview.
Public record.
Have you ever hit a woman?
There's nothing in your past that's going to come up, is there, Tom?
No, of course not, Coach.
Oh, okay. Just check.
Remember, he
Enough
was
for
the
me.
interim,
Check.
Yeah, he was the interim guy.
and then they hired him full-time in
That's
the
right.
offseason.
Our
That's
company does
right.
more of a background check than the Raiders do.
Well, the $150 costs a lot these
Yeah.
days, and the Raiders just didn't want to look into it, apparently.
He looks like a guy who could fly off the handle and punch your lights out.
He does. He really does.
If he were to plow into my car and he would get out and come up to my car.
You'd lock the windows and
I'd be like,
tape them.
"Oh, I'm sorry for scratching your bumper, sir. Promise to pay for that."
Zoinks! And then you would speed away and go,
Yeah.
"Here's my card."
Scary looking dude. All right, well, I'm sure it'll all get sorted out, and maybe ESPN and Bob Lee will launch some more surprise attacks on Sunday morning. That sure made your football lively this weekend.
Look at this.
Yes. Thanks for listening, everyone. We'll see you next time.